Hello YouTube and welcome back to the zone where today, ladies and gentlemen, as opposed to going down Chris's roads to infamy, we thought, because I miss doing like the really long articles than before, so we may as well do one that's slightly longer, but one that should be an interesting journey through Chan's Relics of Fail. And let's get started, shall we? The Relics of Fail, also known as the Historical Artifacts, are several items that Chris places significant emotional value on. Most of the fates of these relics are unknown following the fire at 14 Branch Lane Court, but several relics, including the Sonic Totem, the Megatron Pistol, and the Crumple Lobe, are confirmed to have survived, with others likely to have escaped serious damage as well. There we go, just Wales to open all schools on 29th for a 4-week term, but only a third of pupils will be at school at any one time, if even that. Because I've said long before that I think it's a test of how much the government really are trusted by how many parents would send their kids to school. The major relics, the Amethyst Ring. Since the Solitude medallions were stolen, Chris has claimed that this mysteriously named high school ring is the true source of his powers. He has since put the ring up on eBay, that's how much he values it, claiming his true source of power is within himself. Well, okay, I suppose that's one way of going about it. Attraction sign. A relic of the days of the past when Chris has not yet been told by his mother that soliciting using a sign made him look like a retard. Many versions existed. Most were destroyed. The most recent site to this date was at Fridays After 5. Quick on TV ad. A DVD composed of many home videos among other things, such as his Song of Christian. Guitar. Oh, this is his Guitar Hero guitar. Apparently convinced that this counts as a real guitar. No, it doesn't. Chris is often seen with his beloved Guitar Hero controller in attempts to look cool. It inevitably has the opposite effect. Medallions. Hunks of Crayola brand modeling clay fashioned into the shape of Sonichu's head, among other characters' heads. Once believed by trolls to be the source of his power, though they were swiftly corrected when Chris began showing off the Amethyst Ring to show that his videos are true and honest, something that Chris has a habit of doing so much in the early days, even to this day actually. Chris eventually began production selling new medallions on eBay in 2014. The classic. Chris's famous blue, white and red rugby shirt, formerly thought to have been destroyed during the fire of 2014, Chris later rediscovered it in a damp and grimy bag of clothes that they had no right of keeping in the house anyway, because why the hell would you not throw that sort of shit away? And put it up for sale on eBay after restoring it by cleaning it, the shirt, and poorly patching it up. It was badly damaged beyond repair, and was later presumably thrown out by Bob. PS3. Chris's life upgrade and arguably one of the biggest drains on his monthly tugboat. He went through 2 PlayStation 3s. PSI. The window through which trolls can catch glimpses of Chris's and his everyday, day-to-day life. iPhone. The other more high-quality window to Chris's world. Scrapbook. A free ring binder containing all of Chris's comic pages and other drawings. Paddy's corpse and doghouse. Chris's beloved dog who is buried in the Chandler's backyard under her doghouse. Locks of Chris's hair. Probably the only relic to have been obtained by trolls which actually comes from Chris's own body. Even then, I wouldn't want to have much to do with that. Gift basket of fail. In a private Facebook note, Chris said that he had been given a gift basket to the woman who took his virginity. This relic might not actually exist, as some suspect that gift basket is actually a euphemism for payment given to a prostitute. Alternatively, some suspect that Chris had made up the story of how he lost his virginity and that it didn't happen at all. I will do a separate video about that myself just to come to some kind of decision. The Unclit. A piercing on Chris's perineum that was made on the 15th of September 2014. Chris believed that this piece of metal will be useful to him should he engage in tripodism with a female. 1. No, it wouldn't. Second, no woman would ever want to do that with Chris. Not even with a fake vagina. It later became inflamed, prompting Chris to re-pierce it and then later on remove it. The self-inflicted taint wound. This time, Chris, not content with a mere piercing, took to a knife and slit his taint open. He then had to be persuaded to get medical care by the very people who troll him. Samples of Chris's semen. A video that was uploaded the 26th of February 2016 reveals that Chris has been saving samples of his semen and storing them in his home fridge. In the video, Chris showed 2 samples of semen, one that was produced recently and another one from the 18th of May 2015. Right. Chris's grasp on, biology is so tenuous. It's any wonder why he didn't just decide to, make the taint wound any bigger if he was that paranoid about, not getting his beloved vagina. The minor relics. Chris plus Sarah's life shares. A short tract produced by Chris and given as his birthday to his gal pal Sarah Nicole Hammer. The document chronicles the lives of the 2 little characters and their almost non-existent relationship they had while depicting them and several of their friends and family as Sonichu characters. The tract's current fate is unknown, although it is more than likely to have been thrown away by Sarah shortly after receiving it. Hand-drawn Nintendo Power issue. A lengthy homemade issue of Nintendo Power, crafted to show Sonic ditching Sega to join Nintendo, and revealing a little bit of what Chris wants in a Sonichu game. Heart Touch. An odd-looking creation, though more originally than most of his own works, born of pixel blocks, it is used in the comics to summon his twin sister Crystal, i.e. implying that among all the characters that Chris has ever created, Crystal is the only one that he can literally keep away. Seems very strange to say that, but okay. Muscle bra. A bra that Chris wears to keep his man boobs in check. He believes that everyone will be turned gay if they don't wear one too. Pedo glasses. Have you ever noticed how most pedophile and rapists in composite sketches wear those kinds of glasses? Yeah, don't think too hard about that. PSP. Yet another drain on Chris's tugboat. He, in typical fashion, decorated with images of his flagship character and his own face. Just so that he knows that it was his. Sailor Moon poster. Chris used this poster to keep himself straight. Okay. Sonchu. Chris's beaten up old station wagon has been replaced 4 times over the years. Also appears in comics as one of the samurai pizza bots. Okay. The lesser relics. Anime wings. A pair of women's hair clips that Chris got at an anime mid-Atlantic convention. For some reason, Chris felt the need to incorporate them into the comic. Belt buckle. Not a very well-known relic, but nonetheless extremely amusing. Clown doll. A harmless-looking clown doll, significant in that it often bears the brunt of Chris's fury in many of his rage videos. Its hat was bitten off by him at one point. Plush boobs of fail. Oh, doesn't Chris just look so manly and dignified and not at all look like he's just been sunburned? Anyway, homemade DVDs. Chris has made a life out of burning homemade CDs with his own crappy artwork on it. The most notable ones are Christian's favourite hits, which saw the birth of everybody's favourite electric hedgehog Pokemon, Sonichu, and 3/4 Woman, a CD supposedly made for his sweetheart Catherine, but in reality it was all about him. What else is new? Fap Cup, a plastic cup used by Chris to collect his semen for recycling. I'm so glad that existed because I didn't really... When I woke up this morning, I didn't realise that was something I would have to find out, but there you are. Lil Chris, a stuffed bear created at a Create a Critter workshop. Megatron pistol, a toy handgun Chris uses to threaten his most hated foes. Plush boobs of fail, a pair of fake breasts often seen in his videos, possibly used as a sign of his heterosexuality, vitriol, and as a masturbating tool. Pocket knife, a knife that Chris can't handle very well at all. Yeah, and it's also, it looks like it costs like nearly $300 if you've seen the size of it. Pokewalker of Fail, a Pokeball-shaped pedometer, originally packaged with, yeah, I used to have one of those as well, recolored in the image of one of the 7 Sonichu balls. Sex toys. Oh boy. Lots and lots of sex toys, including sex dolls, a vibrator, a dildo, a penis pump, a strap-on from the dildo, anal beads, penis rings, and 2 fleshlights. What the hell does he need 2 flesh... Forget it. I don't want to answer that. Sonic Totem, a demonic-looking paper-mache Sonic that Chris made and appears in few videos, and has been sold on eBay for $1,500. Unicorn Cosplay, a set of unicorn ears, a horn, and a tail that Chris got at BronyCon 2017. Chris has since worn these accessories outdoors and even to church, where he was asked to remove it. And I think he also got banned because of it as well. Good job, Chris. Wiimote of Fail. Like the PSP and Guitar Hero controller, that poor Wiimote has been decked out in Sonichu colors, and was used in Chris's attempts to get Miyamoto Shigure to make him a video game. Other miscellaneous toys, too many to count, can be seen in Chris's videos and photograms cluttering all over his room. The most notable ones have been listed in this article. Various video games and their respective consoles. Thousands of dollars have been spent on them, most of it right out from the pockets of either his parents or American taxpayers. Chris one time sold some of these games and consoles to Snooki's pawn shop, where they were later obtained by Clyde Cash. Artwork of Fail. Oversized drinking straw of Fail. Even the simple task of drawing a straight line to depict a drinking straw evades Chrissy. And I think I know what they're talking about right now, because that deserves an article on its own, but just... Why is his... Let's just go over every... No, we'll cover that in another video, because there's too much to go over it, so that we can just start here. Inventions of Fail. Necessity is the mother of invention, and I have invented quite a few crafts that have served me well. Chris's response to Leonardo da Vinci Wikipedia mailbag. Here we have Nikola Tesla, another famous inventor who had a mental disorder. The similarities end at this point. Absolutely true. Chris is truly a Renaissance man, with many inventions to his credit. He draws comics, makes videos, in an accomplished singer, models, sculptures out of clay, provides voices for the official video books, and much more. But being the second son of the outstanding inventor Bob Chandler, that is true, Bob Chandler did actually create a lot of things, the man who designed controls for plastic water container modeling machines, without which Chris would have no cup from which to drink his navy, our hero just couldn't suppress his natural talent to invent. Thus, Chris added being an inventor extraordinaire to his long list of accomplishments. In November 2009, Chris received an email from a fan role-playing as the late Leonardo da Vinci. How Chris was too friggin' stupid to realize that he's been dead for nearly 300 years continues to evade me at this point. One of the great artists with whom Chris has compared himself in the past, managing to forget the great Italian's name and misspells his surname. Also for the fact that Leonardo is actually one of the turtles in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, who I believe wears the blue bandana. Well, the band, yeah, pretty much, because all the turtles were named after Italian Renaissance artists. That doesn't have anything to do with anything, I just really like that idea. Leo ironically stated that he considers Chris his artistic equal, and asked if the autistic genius has a similar knack to making inventions. I think he meant to say artistic, but then again, you could confuse either for both when it concerns Chris. For which Leonardo himself was famous. Being the egotistical and vain person he is, Chris would not allow even Leonardo da Vinci to excel him in any field. Chris was quick to assure Mr. da Vinci in his mailbag reply that he is, indeed, an inventor as well, and proceeded to list 3 of the most outstanding of his inventions. The 4 great inventions of Christian Weston Chandler. The 1 set of inventions including Sonichu, Rosechu, the city of Quickville, not really inventions so much as they are fictional concepts, and incredibly derivative ones at that. Of course, given Chris's tenuous grasp on reality, he may not realize this. Also, copyright cannot protect people against ideas. Ideas, concepts are universal. And I found out in one of my copies of the Screenwriter's Bible, there's an entire section in this book about legal disputes in Hollywood, and that's what made me realize that, again, aside from the obvious things about Sonichu and Rosechu, they are ideas, they are concepts. 2. A heavy-duty case built from Legos and held together with tape. Yeah, I think we don't need to go any further than that, but there you are. Would have been a significant concept for, let's say, a 9-year-old. But when a 28-man lists something he built from Lego as an invention, it can only evoke face-palming. Moreover, Chris did not invent Legos, he merely put them together. The dating education classes, which is purely theoretical and therefore hasn't even been invented yet. And 4. The idea bookcase, which main purpose is to store Chris's iOS products. Actually, I'll tell you what, I've got an idea. I just want to show you guys something very, very interesting of not so much an inventor, but something that's very, very... Let me just see if I can... I want to try and like find out the point about... I think it might be G or H. Let me just... G... No, I think it was like the next one. But I'm doing this for a very specific purpose. Now, for some of my, for any UK fans who ever enjoyed watching Robot Wars back when they were a kid, you may want to realise that this toy that Dave Rose is holding right now, I think that's Dave Rose, it could be his brother Derek, but the point is very, very simple, as I'm about to demonstrate to you guys right now. That toy right there was designed by Derek, or possibly Dave's 3-year-old son, to create Hypnodisc. The machine you see right here, that is just which is one of the great icons of Robot Wars, designed by a 3-year-old. I'm mentioning that right now because I think because 3-year-olds are more innovative and far more creative at real technical things than Chris is at whatever age of his life. I'm just putting that in front of you guys because that is quite an astounding feat, not only for a 3-year-old to design something like Hypnodisc, but we know of Chris. The Shrines of Fail, the Wall of Originals that is 100% going to be another video in itself, a monument of the wastes of time known as Chris's original Pokemon cards, and the Megant Shrine, which we have covered before. Finally, the Holy Fails. While not traditional relics in such that Chris has emotional value per se, these are Chris-related relics that are of immense value to trolls, but like the fabled Holy Grail, seem impossible to obtain. The Autism Papers. Presumably papers detailing Chris's exact psychological diagnosis. While a psychiatrist survey from 2004 has been procured, the original papers documenting Chris's diagnosis are currently locked away in a filing cabinet in Bob's room. The papers are currently presumed missing after Bob's death and the house fire of 2014. These are sort of things that are really confidential and really should not be shared with the public, but Chris's idea of being true and honest will involve leaking very important documents about himself and his diagnosis, transcripts and report cards. Chris's transcripts and report cards to verify whether he was indeed an honor roll and to what degree he claims to about his high school grads are true. Recording of Chris's screams. Chris claims that during his time in Nathaniel Green Elementary School, several members of his school's faculty restrained him to the ground and recorded his screaming. If this recording indeed exists, then it is very likely to have been destroyed by now. Yeah, definitely. The court records from Bob and Bob's lawsuit against Greene County, Chris and Bob's mugshots from July 2015 and 2011, Chris's KCWC recording for Cole Smithy's birthday in July 2000, the original cut of Chris's pixelated PS3 video, the crumple lobe, an envelope residing in the scrapbook of Fail, and stored torn-up remnants of Chris's most regretted drawings. Even after the 14 Branch Lane court fire, it still happens to be intact. Again, why this was not destroyed is forever going to be, beyond my knowledge. Track lists to Chris's other homemade CDs. Of Chris's CDs, the only ones whose track list information is publicly available are Christian's Favorite Hits and Three Quarter Women, some of whom CDs could contain very interesting information, including songs between friends, a CD for Christian and Sarah. Like the other CDs, virtually nothing is known about the disc and its track list. Its existence and the date in which it was made are intended solely by a drawing from Chris's scrapbook. Profound. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Chris's Relics of Fail. Literally mostly toys, but wholly garbage that nobody could care less about, but apparently are so important to Chris that he holds on to them like a hoarder would just hold on to the most inane and most pointless piece of history, like a sock that's more holes than sock, for example. Listen, I can imagine in some way that there are some things that have sentimental value, but there are some things that just you grow out of and you just put away or you get rid of. You don't need to have so much in your house, and you don't need to have so much that you would just be willing to leak to the public, because apparently the idea of being true and honest is to share stuff that is intimate towards you, like autism documents. I've never shared any of my documents online because there are very good reasons as to why you don't do that. I know those sort of things really go without saying, but Chris is really one of those people you have to explain exactly why you don't do some of the things that Chris does, because hopefully this it will teach people that, for the lack of a better term, and that's a phrase I love saying a lot, is that it will encourage people to maybe at least think, or at least teach people that sometimes you have to go into certain situations and do certain things in life with a little bit more forethought than just having relics, or just, if you could even call these things relics. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please make sure to leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys thought of Chris's Relics of Fail. Please also make sure to like and subscribe to get daily notifications when my videos come out. And I hope to see you guys again in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye for now.